Hey everybody, it's April. Happy Valentine's Day. And I think it's really important to remember that you should be planking because you love yourself. So we're going to plank today and talk about all the ways you're going to show the love by planking. Starting on forearms, you can wrap your arms around your biceps just so you know you have the right distance. Bring your forearms back out in front of you. You can interlace your fingers if you like. I think that makes it a little easier. You may not. Pull your shoulders down your back, then lift your upper back, lift your chest, pull in your belly, come up on your toes, shift your weight forward slightly. You know, I notice every time I do that little shift, before I do that, I still have my hips up in the air. And, you know, again, that's a little bit like a dolphin. Not that dolphin isn't a good pose, but it's not a plank. It's not the same thing. So once you have your good plank, do all of that again. Press into the floor again. Separating your shoulders, pull in your navel, tighten up your glutes, press your heels back, and then tighten up your navel again. Really show some love to your abs today. We're at 32 seconds. So, you know, there are a lot of ways that doing a plank shows the love to yourself. And one of them is you're strengthening your bones by pressing into the floor. So really getting that strengthening going on. That's also strengthening your arms, which helps to tone and give you those nice looking biceps that you want. Gives you a little bit of more, gives you actually a lot more strength. Oh, 1 minute. I'm going to switch to my hands. Remember when you switch to come back to that good plank, pressing into the floor, pulling in your belly again, tightening up your glutes. So you don't want to slack just because you switched. You also don't want to take too long to switch because, well, then you're just switching and again, you don't want to be switching all the time either. So, okay, coming up on, we're at 124. So also think about how, look now, I'm pressing into the floor. So this is where a lot of that strengthening comes in. Strengthening my arms, strengthening my shoulders. But talking about why is it important to have strong arms and shoulders? Well, you want to be able to carry your own groceries, carry your own milk jug if you need to. Have nice strong shoulders for things like doing handstands. You also, when you plank, are working on your cardiovascular system because this is cardiovascular the longer you hold it. And that's helping. 2 minutes, I'm going to switch back to my forearms and I'm going to lift a leg. I always start with my left leg. I'm not sure why, but I do. Keep pulling in your belly, pressing into the floor. Keeping that long line so your gaze is just out in front of your fingers or your fists if you're interlacing fingers like I am. But, you know, helping working on your cardiovascular system is showing love for your heart and your lungs and everything going on in your body. 2:30, switching legs. Keep holding, keep breathing. Make sure if you lift a leg, you're not opening up your hip too wide. You're trying to keep that nice plank. Keeping your length. Okay, so let's talk about other ways you show your love. You're showing your love in your abs. So when you work on nice strong abs, you're strengthening your core, which also strengthens your lower back. Show your lower back some love by doing your plank. We're coming up on 3 minutes. I'm going to switch to side plank. Remember, you can stay on your forearm if you like, or you don't even have to switch if you don't want to. But you can stay on your forearm. Just stay lifted, though. Make sure you're not collapsing into that lower arm. Or lower, really lift out of your shoulder. Lift your hips. This is what you're working on here, is working on your obliques in your plank. So you should feel that nice lift in your lower side body. And you're just kind of getting a stretch in your upper side body. Oh, we're at 3:30 already. I'm switching sides. And remember, when you do side plank, my foot is slipping on the tile. Whoopsie. You can bring your top foot in front of you. That can help with your balance. Also, press the sole of your bottom foot toward the floor so you're not collapsing into that bottom ankle bone. So give it a nice lift, stretch, reach, and we're coming up on 4 minutes in just a second. There we go. So I'm coming back to my hands, pulling in my belly, doing all this over again. So where else are you loving your body? You're loving your legs. You're toning your legs while you're doing this. You can feel it in your quads, especially when you tighten up your glutes. And who doesn't want to love their butt? Show your butt some love by strengthening it. Pressing into the floor again, pulling in your belly again, pressing your heels back. Oh, we're at 4:30 already. Don't you feel so much love right now while you're planking? I do. I mean, I feel like this is a great thing I do for myself. I mean, I'm trying to do it for others as well by sharing it with you. But I do this for myself. I mean, I know this is a way to show my body that I love it, I appreciate it, and I'm going to keep it in good shape for as long as I can. I think that's one of the things we're supposed to do rather than waiting until something bad happens. We're at 5 minutes, which is so often what people do. They wait until something bad happens and then they decide they're going to try to get in shape, try to show some love, and sometimes it's not too late, but it's harder. It's harder if you wait. 5:15. I'm switching. Whew. Okay, well, hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Showing yourself some love by doing a plank or 2 or 3, or maybe you go to hot yoga, whatever you need to do or want to do today to love yourself. See ya.